This is Rockin' with Jam Man. Is with Almost Gone. How you guys doing?
We're good, dude. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. Doing great.
Yeah, thanks, man, for even coming on, guys. Thanks for coming on my show. I appreciate it. Oh, and also thank you for making that birthday video for me. Thank you.
Oh, no problem, dude. I hope you liked it.
Thank you. First off, for those who didn't know, you you yet tell me about the band, like how you met, how long you've been together, things like that.
You want to start that one off, Connor?
Yeah, where do we begin? So I knew Nick in high school. I met him in ninth grade of high school, which is funny because we split paths, we graduated high school, went to different colleges, and we found ourselves back in Richmond, Virginia. And we both got jobs here, got some apartments. I eventually saved up a little bit and got myself an electric drum kit because I played drums back in the day and I just wanted one to mess around with. And then Nick's like, yo, I've been playing guitar the whole time. Like, of course I knew this, but he's like, you want to jam? And he just started coming over for some little jam sessions in my apartment. And before we knew it, he's like, okay, we're actually pretty good. So like, maybe we should like pick up another like guy to play with. We learned a couple songs, just us two. And then we found Zach, our bass player, and he came over, auditioned basically, and like on the spot, he was pretty much like, all right, he can jam. And over time, we found Rodrigo, who's a classmate of my girlfriend, and he came up and he was just like, he could just shred the guitar immediately. So we knew we had something there. And then over time and after some beers and some jamming, we just like started really forming the band. I don't know, Nick, if you could add some more detail to that, but that's pretty much the gist.
I mean, that sums it up. That's the current lineup, and that formed a couple years ago. It's Rodrigo, Zach, Connor, and Nick. That's what it's been ever since, and it literally formed from that. It formed from like hanging out, jamming on a Friday night, and just doing that over and over, and just kind of snowballing with it. Here we are.
Wow! Congratulations on the new song, "Burn."
Have you had a chance to listen to it?
Yes. Yes, I have.
What'd you think?
I think it was pretty good. I liked it.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear you liked it.
Yeah. I love that pop punk sound. What influenced you for that vibe? What influenced you for it?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It kind of it's kind of natural, I guess. Not to sound too like corny about it, but like this band, we have played so many different styles trying to figure out what our sound is. Like our very early stuff sounded like everything from like 80s arena rock to like some songs were like funky, some had some punk influence, some sounded like they could be on a Metallica record, just like all over the place. And this pop punk sound, I think, at least for me, it's kind of just like been under my nose the whole time, and I never knew it. To me, it's a great fit. It hits a lot of nerves with me that excite me. I love the vocal patterns of pop punk. I love the speed. I love the energy. I love the accessibility. I mean, you can be a 14-year-old guy or girl who likes pop punk, Green Day, Blink-182, Machine Gun Kelly. And then there's also people who are 44 years old, 30 years older who like Green Day, Blink-182, Machine Gun Kelly. So it's so accessible across the board. It's just so many reasons that it's like appealing to me.
Yeah, to add on to that point, like Travis Barker has always been one of my favorite drummers. I don't know if I mentioned that I'm the drummer. So he's been like almost leading this like revolution currently in like the mainstream industry to like, I feel like the time is now for this style of music, and like it's picking back up. Like, over the last like decade, like rap music really took a huge like spike, but I feel like the genre is just like kind of infusing and like picking up from where it is now, and like it's just gonna keep getting bigger. So I think it's like we like the music, and two, it's just the right time as well.
Now, is all your music like this?
No. and we have 3 songs that are out there right now on all streaming platforms. And if you listen to Burn and then you listen to the songs we have out there, they're like drastically different. And but you know, the sound of Burn, that is the model for at least the foreseeable future. We've already recorded the follow-up to Burn. We're sitting on it right now, ready. We could release it anytime. And then we've got the 2 follow-ups to that written. We have dates in the studio lined up to go record the follow-up. So we've got 4 songs locked and loaded, ready to go with this sound. And then you know, we're dabbling with writing new stuff, and it's all in that same vein. So we haven't always been like this, but I mean, I feel totally comfortable and excited about where it is.
Yeah, I kind of like where we landed, and like we're kind of just trying to take off with it. I really like the style, and I think the rest of our bandmates would agree that like it's like it took a little trial and error to figure out what we liked, and like Nick said, for the foreseeable future, I think we'll continue like trying to jam this out.
Do you think Post Malone and MGK brought back pop punk?
Machine Gun Kelly, absolutely. I don't know. I mean, Post Malone obviously has a ton of rock influence. I don't know if you've heard his latest single that came out last Friday. I thought it was going to be a rock song. I was so excited about it. The song is called Motley Crue. I was like, oh my God, he's going to go even further than Machine Gun Kelly with it. He's going to have like a 80s rock sound. And it was not at all. It sounded like it could be on his latest record, Hollywood Undead, I think is what it's called. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's not just Machine Gun Kelly, but also like saying, like Travis Barker is huge in influencing new artists right now. And there's a lot of others that you see hopping on the train. The only thing that makes me nervous is I get worried about the market becoming saturated because there's so many like rappers that are like, oh, pop punk is the new cool thing to do. I got to put out a pop punk song. And it might, you know, it doesn't always have it's not always as good a song as something off Tickets to My Downfall, or it doesn't have the passion. It just doesn't feel as genuine, quite as genuine as Tickets to My Downfall does. So, you know, we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff coming up. There's, I think Miley Cyrus is doing a rock album. Halsey's doing a rock album. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming out of the mainstream in that style of music.
So tell me about the video. It was really cool.
Yeah, the video. Well, the way the idea started out is we played all these shows and we had all this footage from shows, and we're like, what if we made a video just mashing all that footage together? It'd be an easy video. It'd be cheap to do. And then we started looking at it. We're like, nah, we can't have just that. So we went down to this part of Richmond called the Canal, which is really cool. That's where the video takes place, where we have all the graffiti in the background. And we had our videographer Pedro Lopez shoot us down there. And so the video is just supposed to be high energy, just have a high energy, good time vibe to it.
And it also reps Richmond pretty hard because just some of the scenes are from around Richmond, and the city is just like awesome and has like great music all around. And that was part of the whole vibe going for it.
Yeah, definitely.
I bet you were excited to get that new music out.
Oh man, we're so excited. It's actually not out yet. It comes out on this Friday. But yeah, we've been sitting on it for a while. I don't remember when we recorded Burn, but I remember there was snow on the ground. So we've been sitting on this getting ready for a long time.
Is it just the single, or do you have more music coming out?
We've got other songs coming out. We have, like I said, we have the follow-up to Burn already recorded. We just need to finish the artwork for it, and that's really it. And then we can release that one at any time. And then we have two songs after that written with dates in the studio book to go in and record those. So we got some follow-ups coming up.
Yeah, we're kind of following the single releases schedule for now. That just seems to be like what's in right now. And Nick always says this, but we spent time on a whole album, like there'd just be too much waiting time. So we're trying to like pump out, you know, good quality songs every like 6 weeks or about that time frame.
How did the pandemic affect you guys?
Well, it canceled every show we had on the books.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, we had a pretty cool 2020 planned, and just boom, everything off the schedule immediately. It was such a buzzkill. We played like maybe 3 or 4 shows throughout 2020, and they were pretty tough. Like the venues could only let a certain amount of people in, and everybody had to be spaced apart. And you know, we'd have to wear masks if we were doing anything but playing. So if we take a break and go sit down, hang out with fans, you know, any of that stuff, we'd have to have a mask on. And so, you know, when the venue isn't opened all the way, they don't make as much money. So therefore we don't make as much in the show. It's just like a struggle all around. So, I don't know how it is where you are, Jam Man, but things are really looking up here in Virginia where we are. So I'm totally grateful for that.
Yeah, it's going good. Except for the gas price, it's $3.20. But
Oh, that's it, man.
yeah, nah, just kidding with you guys. But yes, it's a lot better because back, well, I'm saying back in the day, well, you know, COVID still is a thing, but we had a curfew. What I'm trying to say, we had a curfew till 11 o'clock, and then everything shut down.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a curfew here as well, but like, I don't think anything was even open to like go to anyway. So
it's like cared about the curfew. It's like we couldn't go to all of our favorite spots, hang out with friends, do like basically anything. So
yeah.
I mean, we that time like to like just jam and like be creative with our stuff, and I feel like that was helpful a little bit. Like we weren't just always practicing like songs for upcoming shows, but at the same time it still sucks because we also do that now and create stuff and play shows. So it's looking up for sure over here.
Did you guys get the shot? Did you guys get the shot?
Yeah, I think we're both vaccinated. I'm definitely am.
Yeah, I got Pfizer, I think. Pfizer, yeah.
Are you worried about a delay?
What kind of delay?
Like, you know, just got canceled. Because I've seen some rock stars who got vaxxed and they're getting delayed.
I haven't heard that. I haven't even thought about that, man. I don't know. Something we need to be thinking about.
Sorry about that. Sorry about ruining your guys' dreams.
We'll survive, hopefully.
I think we'll be good.
Okay. So are you guys doing a full tour this summer?
No, we don't have a tour lined up. It's still like the music is coming back here, but it's not quite like summer 2019 levels. So we have maybe 5 or 6 shows scheduled throughout the rest of the year. And we have some pretty exciting dates lined up. Getting to partner with some pretty big bands. In November, on November 19th, we'll be sharing a bill with a band called White Trash, and they had a single in regular rotation in MTV in the early 90s called Apple Pie. So they had a big song back in the day, kind of like Jane's Addiction. And they're reuniting and touring. So they're coming through town. And our friend Ed Savoy, the promoter contacted our friend Ed Savoy, and he's like, do you know a band who we should link White Trash up with? And he was like, yeah, call these guys Almost Gone. So they called us. And so we're going to be on a bill with White Trash, which will be cool. It'll be cool to get to play alongside an MTV band. And then we also got a really exciting opportunity 3 days ago with a band that I wish I could tell you who it is. The promoter said we have to keep things on the hush hush till he's done putting the bill together. So I really wish I could tell you, but it's really exciting. If you were a fan of Warped Tour, you'd be excited about this band coming through town. That's the best hint I can give you.
Just give me a hint of the word, and I can put it together. I know some rock stars.
Say what now?
I give me a hint. Give me one word of the band's name.
No, you will definitely.
That's too much. Yeah, that's too much.
Do it.
No, sorry, bro.
I won't say it.
I'll tell you if we're given permission to.
All right, I won't say the word. I'll just say it in my head.
I'll say it in my head too.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way to give you a hint without giving you a word.
I promise you. You have my guys' word. I'll just say it in my head.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It's not Fall Out Boy.
That's technically a hint.
Okay. What's your favorite memory from playing a show?
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
That is tough. I don't know. A really cool one would be, there's this club downtown we like to play, and it always gets a good crowd. It always gets pretty rowdy, but I mean, it's hardly a memory. It happened like a month ago, but the last time we played there, people were like crowd surfing, and it was getting so rowdy in there that I was scared like something was going to break and the management was going to tell us to like never come back. Like, we normally get the audience going, but like we were getting them going like too much. Like, it scared me a little bit. And I was like,
that place was packed to the brim, like crowd surfing, just wild, absolutely wild. I would say the same that was one of the coolest things.
Yeah. And I was like nervous. And so the show ended. And at the end of the night, when we went to get paid, I was talking with the manager of the venue, and he was like, I like basically beat around the bush, like, hey, how was the show? And he was like, it was awesome. I'm so glad you guys are back. I was like, oh, thank God. I thought you hated us.
What is your worst memory from the show?
That's also a tough one.
Worst memory from a show. Well, what comes to mind immediately are like the very, very early shows that we would have like 8 or 10 people at, which are growing pains that I think every band has to go through. But
those shows also didn't have we had no like real knowledge of how to set up our sound. So like we would have struggles with our sound equipment, and it'd be like 15 minutes before we go on, and like nothing's working, and like just a lot of stress with that too.
Yeah, we haven't had a while, which I'm grateful for
sure.
Make your dream tour, who would be on the bill?
Dream tour. Just as far as like what would mesh well musically. That's hard. I would say, and this might surprise you, but I would say Trippie Redd, Almost Gone, and I'm just going to put 4 bands on there. Trippie Redd, Almost Gone, Blink-182, and Machine Gun Kelly. I think you would get like a big audience from like the late 90s who are a little bit older with Blink-182. Trippie Redd plays some rock, and obviously he's a rapper, so he'd bring in his whole audience. Machine Gun Kelly would bring in his whole audience, and then I think we would fit really well right in the middle with all that.
Wow. Yeah, that actually does sound like a good tour. I would pay $100 for that ticket. $100.
So would I.
And I might interview all you guys at the same time. All right, this is with 16 people. Okay, here we go. What's next for you?
Well, we have the singles, of course, we have coming out, and then after that, we actually are hopping on the bandwagon, and we're going to do a Pop Goes Punk song. So we're going to take a pop song that's in, I don't know what you would call it, regular rotation today, Billboard 100, and we're going to make a rock version of it. So yeah, that'll be cool. That and all the shows I was telling you about. We got some shows, we're booking shows into into 22 already. We have some shows booked out as far as March. You know, long term, what I'd love for us to do is kind of get out of our zone a little bit. It would be cool in my mind to go to play a show in some market we've never been to, like to play a show in Virginia Beach, stay there the night, or Washington, D.C., or something along the same lines at like a festival. I think that would be a really cool 2022 goal.
Okay. How do my followers follow you?
Yeah, you can find us. We're on all streaming platforms. So Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, Apple Music, all that stuff. You can find us there. The band is Almost Gone. And then you can find us on Facebook at Almost Gone RVA. So there's an RVA at the end, which is short for Richmond, Virginia. And then Instagram, Almost Gone RVA, and YouTube, Almost Gone RVA.
I see you're pretty active on social media. That has to be cool for your fans.
I mean, yeah, we try and keep a lot of engagement. When we were early on, I used to blast content just for the sake of blasting content. Like I would just post like a picture from some show with some generic caption just because I thought that's what you were supposed to do. You're supposed to post stuff. And now I try and get a little bit smarter with it. Like I try and think like, what would somebody who likes us and comes to see us, what would they like to see? Like today, I just posted the pictures of the new koozies we just ordered for our merch. I try and post some stuff that's like a little bit more from the heart. Explains a little bit of like our backgrounds and what this journey's been like. You know, a couple weeks ago, I posted a picture of us at our first gig. It was not even a gig. It was a backyard party, and posted a picture of that, and then a gig of us in 2020, and then a picture of us gigging here in 2021. And you can just see the drastic difference, like the way we dress, the way we look. Like you can even see, I think, in our posture, like the lack of confidence in that 2019 pic compared to today. We look so much more natural on stage in front of an audience. I try and do stuff like that to make it like if you're following us, it's like you're following a storyline. It's not like just random posts of stuff.
Thank you for being on my show, man. I hope the next time we talk is at the backstage at one of your shows, dude. Peace!
Hell yeah,
Thanks,
dude.
Bye, guys.
Dude,
Bye.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
See ya.